we are going live. So hello and welcome, my name's Metamonin, and today we're broadcasting the GT3 Thunder Series Round 6 hosted at Le Mans. So let's get right into the point scenario that we've got thrown at us. So You'll Be Dead, championship leader, sits on 351 points. His closest competitor, almost 100 points down. It's about 94 points down, and Morningstar Mike. Just keep in mind these standings are sort of all over the place at the moment. So I'm reading it based on highest points to lowest points. So Morningstar Mike currently on third on the leaderboard there, but he's actually second. So I'm pretty sure there's one more round after this. I don't know if it says round 6, so it might be the last round. So pretty much You'll Be Dead. He's got the championship sealed and done. So everyone's fighting for second now. So Morningstar Mike, he's got the pressure of Sparky God, who currently sits third. Filtron MX5 in fourth. Then we got Exorcist in fifth. Then we got Nachos in sixth. JJ Penguin, no, Brett Want 7 in 7th, JJ Penguin in 8th, and Bruno in 9th. So that's currently what we got for the field right now. So we'll go to live scenes, but I reckon they're going to open up another lobby. I'm not entirely sure, but we're on board with Nachos, who seems to be cracking a few practice laps here. So I'm on Chase View. We will have a special guest tonight in Scraffy. I don't think he'll be on until the race starts, so maybe qualifying. The room stays open, so cool. So this room will stay open. So this will be the lobby that I'd assume we're sticking to. So I'm not sure what happened to Morningstar Mike. So we're on board with Nachos. Keep in mind, Scraffy in pit lane is not actually racing. We should have a few more tonight as well. So 45-minute race, and it's no mandatory pit stop. So lock up there from Nachos. I don't think he's using ABS, because we saw the tyre smoke come from the front left tyre. He's the lone driver in the Lamborghini. So we'll go on board with Sparky God. Was he here last week? Yeah, he was. Sparky God was a contender in last week's race, or round rather. He was the one that had the turn 1 incident with Exorcist, a massive dive bomb. I thought he was going to pull it off, but he went a little bit too deep on the brakes, and he's been penalised for that. I'll be right back. got that two-on-board Sparky God. I'm not sure what's happened here. So no one's recorded a lap time in practice. Hopefully we get a bigger grid tonight. Hopefully. See what happens. Keep in mind, Le Mans is a fairly long track, another iconic track that's been driven. Within 1 week on this channel, we had Bathurst Mount Panorama on Sunday, the best permanent race courses in the world. And we've got Le Mans, it's well and truly up there with iconic tracks, along with Spa and all that. So there's quite a few of those tracks to come on the channel in the few coming weeks. So stay tuned for all that, because there's going to be a lot of exciting racing in that time. So if you don't want to miss out, be sure to subscribe and follow to my YouTube and Twitch respectfully, so you can get notified when those live streams drop. And there will be light rain tonight as well, so we're looking to have quite a difficult task for the drivers. So apparently Scrappy, he's going to have a crack at a lap, but he'll be in the commentary box. We're on board with Exorcist here. He's in the Audi R8 and seems to be in the new livery tonight. It looks like one of the additional liveries that have been added down the track throughout the Project Cars 2 updates. I think it's eSports Team 1, so I'm not too sure if we can get a different view on it. We'll go trackside and have a good look at it. Now, I'm not sure what happened there. Thank you for following Endless Nirvana, if that's how you pronounce it. Thanks for the follow there. Yeah, hopefully we get a better grid, but this Sunday we're going to have a big grid for the GT3 series, and I'll announce the next Sunday series this Sunday as well. I'm thinking of a few different categories that is going to invite a lot of close racing rather than spread out racing, so hopefully it favours the drivers. I think one series I'm thinking about is the Australian V8 Supercars, which is, if you're not from Australia, it's our equivalent to touring cars, but they're like race car taxis, if you know what I mean. They got shit all aero, and they act like a dog to control on track, so that will be a good series to host. Whether or not the drivers will vote for it, we'll wait and see. I think NASCAR would also be a potential series, not just oval tracks, but we'll add some of the iconic road courses that NASCAR go to in Watkins Glen and Sonoma. I'll see if I can add a couple others in there as well. So, but that's if NASCAR gets chosen. We'll think about a couple other series as well, so the drivers can vote for that. But at this stage, there's 2 series in mind, and they're both going to invite a lot of close racing. So stay tuned for all of that. And we might change the championship structure around as well. I'm not sure if many of you viewing right now have heard of the NASCAR playoff system. I'm thinking about adding that to, even if it's not NASCAR, just adding that to the mix, because it will mean that everyone's fighting for a win. So basically, if you win a race, you secure your spot into the next round, but that's assuming you've completed all the regular season races. But if not, you have to clinch by points. So, and the top 8 will be awarded those positions, but it doesn't mean the guys that have been knocked out of the playoffs don't stop racing. They're still there to win races, so it doesn't completely knock them off the grid. It just means they can't fight for a championship any further. So I'm thinking about adding that to add a bit more spice to the series. So this is Scraffy. He's in the Audi R8. He'll be our co-host commentator tonight. He is in the party chat, but he will be joining us around qualifying, maybe race time. So we'll wait and see what happens there. So very wet track at this stage. They've got a variety of weather sequences in this 45-minute race. I know light rain is one of them, and Scraffy's off into the wall. And I think he's done there. We're on board with Sparky God now. No driver has recorded a lap time yet, so it's unnatural to see this. But we also got to keep in mind that this track, depending on how fast you are, it can take up to 4 minutes. So, and it's also raining, and the track limits aren't very lenient either in the last sector. You can go wide about now where Sparky God is, and your lap time will be invalidated. So that completely stuffs it up. Just gotta fix up some technical difficulties. Hopefully the stream can hear me. My mic's gone off, so that's all good. Can you hear me, Scraffy? Can you hear me, Scraffy?
No, I can't.
So, you're in the same room, but you can't hear me. I'm not sure what's going on.
I might leave and rejoin and see if it does something.
I might just quickly check my party settings just to get this all sorted so Scraffy can hear me fluently, unless I disconnect my mic and reconnect it.
I can hear you now. Yep. And I heard before that you were saying that nobody recorded a lap. Yeah, nobody's recorded a lap, and I can actually see exactly why. It's hard to control. Tyres will not get warmed up because of how long the lap is. Because of there's so much water on the track. I can't hear you again. Ah, why is it doing it?
I don't know, can you hear me now? I don't know, my mic's all good. I'm not sure.
This is the first time it's done it like this.
Yeah, I know. You gotta keep it like it though.
I'll try sorting something out.
So I reckon the view that we'll have tonight is more trackside view, because we've got quite long straights and the camera views are actually quite good at this track, so I reckon it's worth using the trackside view for that action, because we're expecting it to be close. With a depleted grid, whoever's on the grid, it's usually close, within 5 seconds, top 4, top 5. So we should be in for quite a big night, even though a depleted grid. To be quite honest, I like lower grids, because it's a lot closer and there's a lot less probability that there's going to be a crash at turn 1. But if that does happen, you can correct me on that one. But basically, you'd have to have the same chances of winning the lottery for that to happen. So if we have a grid of 16, I reckon there'll be restrictions in place for first corner dive bombs, but the guys in the leagues that I commentate, they're very civilised drivers. They know when and when not to overtake, and they're fast in doing so as well. So they've been racing with each other for a while, and it definitely shows, because we got these two guys on screen, Sparky God, and I'm not sure who else. You'll Be Dead, the championship leader, he's sealed the deal. Exorcist with lap time invalidated for exceeding track limits. on board with the championship leader. He'll be on an outlap. These light rain conditions are quite difficult for the drivers by the looks of it. The braking zones have to be extended as a result of the poor weather. Now I'm going to see the weather sequence. I'm going to try and get that up for your reference, and I'll talk everyone through it, because it's worth noting down when the conditions are going to change and when they're not. So we'll have a quick look at that. It won't be on screen, just gotta go to the events page, so just bear with me. So the sequence in qualifying, the first slot will be random weather, so we don't know what that will be. And then light rain to end qualifying, which will be in the last 5 minutes. And then for the race, it will be spring conditions. First weather slot, light rain, and heavy cloud, and then random slot, and then light cloud. So they work out these conditions quite well. So it's going to be a wet start, and towards the end of the race, the track is going to dry up as we go along. So we'll see how the track evolution plays its role in the race. There'll be various strategies there, so even though there's no mandatory pit stop, it might be worth to go in for slicks if you feel like you got a lot more time to gain out of that. But you've got to keep in mind the pit transit and the time to change your tyres could be the costly bit of that pit stop. So if you're going to do a pit stop, you've got to time it right, because if not, you basically set yourself out of contention in the race leading. So I'm pretty sure this is the finale tonight. And I think, as the guys were mentioning in their chat, the next series for the Wednesday night will be a GT3 series. We know how close the racing is in them. Basically, if you have default setup, that's probably the best way to go. But even so, if you set customizable setups, it's probably a lot better in terms of, you know, how to manage your tyre wear if tyre wear is accelerated in the series as well. So there's pros and cons of the different settings. So you win some, you lose some. So Morningstar Mike with a 4:26.6 in wet conditions. He's in the Audi R8. So we'll go on board with him. He looks to be down the back straight, heading into the first chicane. I'm not sure, I might be the second, correct me if I'm wrong. No, that was the second chicane, he's further down. So he's in sector 2 approximately. So he's almost in the deep braking zone up here. There's a little right kink coming up. I don't know how far the braking zone is extended in these wet conditions. Wait, there is another chicane, so I had it right the first time. Let's see how he gets it pulled up. See if he keeps the mid-corner speed up. Hits the apex at 1. 2, bit wide. Had a wide exit as well, so the wet conditions not favouring that line whatsoever. And now we're into that section of track where I was talking about before. I mistaked it. I thought he was already that far down already. We got Sparky Guy with a 4 minute 30.4, so that's 4 seconds off the pace, but it's wet conditions, which is a reasonably close time. So now we got Nachos a further 3 seconds down from Sparky God with a 4 minutes 33.8. There's a lot of time to be gained. Even though Morningstar Mike's got pole, he could probably get a second off each lap as he goes along, because he'll be able to find where he can exploit the track as far as possible. With this being such a long track, if you make one mistake, you could basically cut off 1 second off your lap time. So there's a lot to gain and a lot to lose in terms of speed. If you keep the speed down, you lose a lot of time, because it's a fast flowing track for the majority. We're in the section now where there's a bit of braking. A lot of 90-degree corners. But then we got the fast section in sector 3. Morningstar Mike's about to enter that now. Track limits aren't lenient there because we can see the lap time invalidation indication shooting alarm bells there with you'll be dead exceeding track limits, which would be in sector 3. So it's going to be quite difficult, that sector, especially in wet conditions. So there might be a lot of time penalties tonight. So will that play a role in determining who will win this race? Because this is basically their equivalent to the endurance, 45 minutes long. Don't have to do a pit stop, but I reckon pretty much everyone will to get on slicks. So Sparky God, still P2, but a massive improvement with a 4:26.8, 2/10 off Morningstar Mike. But Morningstar Mike is still on the hot lap. He's about to finish it. He's at the back chicane now. Very easy to exceed track limits here, because you try to get a bit greedy over the curbs, and that is your lap done if you do so. So no improvement there for Morningstar Mike. Nachos is in the last sector now. Now this is a section everyone's going to try stay on the same race line. So I reckon that's exceeding track limits almost, but he slipped. I'm not sure if he's running traction control there because it shouldn't have done that. So it's forced Nachos into the wall. So we got Morningstar Mike and Sparky God pit lane. We're on board with basically the championship winner in You'll Be Dead. He's got a hefty points lead. I don't think anyone can surpass that. Basically, You'll Be Dead will have to have a DNF, get 0 points for Morningstar Mike to win this championship, and that's assuming he gets pole position and the race wins. So that's why I said You'll Be Dead, as long as he finishes the race tonight, is the championship winner. I'm not sure if they're having a round 7, but from what I saw on the leaderboards, it went up to round 6. So just assuming. So he's at the last chicane at the back straight now. So he'll almost be at the end of sector 2 past the 90-degree corners, heading into the fast-flowing sector 3. Hopefully next series we have quite a hefty grid for Wednesday night. I know a lot of people love the GT5s. If I had the chance, but it's compromising me commentating, I would race it because I really love the little cars. They're very powerful as well for a little 4-cylinder engine. But it's a good learning car as well. So if we got any new guys that come to the grid, it's good for them to learn in those cars because they're very easy to drive. And even though they're rear-wheel drives, they don't tend to lose the rear a lot as you would think. So well, that's because it doesn't have that much torque when you accelerate. So it has quite a bit of hefty horsepower, but not a lot of torque in the tyres, if you know what I mean. So you don't get a lot of wheel spin as a result of the low torque. So practice is complete. I'm not sure when Straffy's going to head into the commentary box. Quali will be about to start, and I think it was a 10-minute qualifying session, so basically they're going to have to go out for a quali lap, and they'll have 1 shot, maybe 2 shots at it if they're lucky. So they're going to have to punch in a quick lap as soon as possible. When if they get in quick enough, if the random weather is something like overcast conditions or whatever, no rain, then if you can go on slicks and get around the track fast enough, there might be a gain out of that. But you got to hope not too much water piles up in sector 3, because that's where you will struggle if you go on slicks. So we'll see various different strategies in qualifying. I know guys will have different tyres on standby for that. Being random weather, we do not know what the first 5 minutes of quali will be. If it's dry conditions, they should be able to get around in below 4 minutes, I would assume, because that's a wet weather lap there, 4:26.6 for Morningstar Mike. So Morningstar Mike left, but I'm pretty sure he joined back. Disconnected. Nah, he's in. So you'll be dead when Quicker with a 4:23.4. Now, apparently I'm the host, so we'll just go through the list. Morningstar Mike in second. Sparky God in third. Nachos in fourth, and Exo in fifth. Scraffy will not be in the grid. He will be in the commentary box. So this is the 10-minute qualifying session, and it looks to be raining, so a slick tyre choice will not be viable because the track will be too slippery for that. Now we're going to see who jumps first. I'm not sure if Scraffy is going to come in the commentary box. So the first one to come out is Nachos. He's in the Lamborghini. Struggled last round, but I'm sure in this last round he's going to put everything at it. He's got nothing to lose. So he's going to do whatever it takes to win this race. So that's Scraffy now. I don't think you can hear me, Scraffy, can you?
No, I can't.
But you're in the same room, so you can hear me that way.
Yeah, I've lowered my fast audio on the game itself so I can hear a bit.
Yeah, that's alright. So you're retired?
Yeah, I've technically retired. It still allows me to drive though. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I'm
basically
monitoring.
you'll have to retire in the pre-game lobby.
Yeah, in the
as
game
well.
I'll be retiring
I'm
straight
not
away.
sure anyone else is racing, but if there is, we still won't get 16, so you're safe there. You'll be able to keep an eye on fuel numbers and all that. Because it's a 45-minute race, I'm not sure how far these GT3s can go, but I'm pretty sure they can go the distance.
Is it meant to be raining in the race as well?
Yeah, so the start will be rain, and then it'll go to a random slot, I think. No, heavy cloud, then a random slot, and then light cloud. So the track should dim down a bit in terms of the water build-up. So
The only problem with it being raining at the start is that it could cause carnage at the start.
I don't believe it will,
it's easy
because
to lose control on this track because majority of it's fast straights.
but if you're gutsy, then there's a lot to gain in the braking zones if you want to go that little bit further.
If you are able to brake late without docking up your tyres, it can benefit.
These cars do have ABS, but I'm not sure how many are running it. So
I don't know if I had ABS on when I did a little test lap.
but they have.
Plus, I'm using controller, so it's much harder to brake and all that.
Yeah, so they have ABS and traction control. I'm not sure. I saw Nachos lock up the front left, so I don't think he's using ABS. No, I'm on board with him now, and it's a lot easier to lock up in rain conditions as well. So we'll see in this braking zone here. I think he may have changed the option. He didn't lock up in the heavy braking zone. And I reckon if you don't have ABS, you're pretty much definite to lock up. No matter who you are, you're going to be locking up in the deep braking zones in the wet. So are you able to check tyres and pressures and fuel numbers? You got that available?
Yeah, I'm able to.
Yeah, so what does the temps look like on Nachos? Because he was the first out.
Oh, so you're talking about the ambient?
Yeah, the ambient. Oh no, that ambient temperature is the air temperature.
Which one's the tyre temps?
Nah.
Oh, you're like the tyre things. They're all cold.
Yeah, they're all cold. So
I don't think they're going to be able to get them warmed up.
We'll wait and see. If they can find a little dry patch somewhere, maybe.
Because I did a whole lap in the practice session and like a full lap, and I couldn't get them warmed up at all.
Yeah. Nachos looks to have good speed in the wet though, so these conditions could favour him. And if the random slot comes up with rain, he could be in with a chance here tonight. I'm not discounting everyone, but looking at it, Nachos, he's looking pretty smooth in wet conditions. He's looking to make up lost ground from last week, so will be driving with a lot of commitment and a lot of persistence this week. And I'm pretty sure being the last round, I'm pretty sure it is the last round. You know, everything to play, not much to play for because the championship is pretty much decided, and Morningstar Mike only just in realistic, mathematical contention. So it's near impossible for Morningstar Mike to win the championship unless You'll Be Dead scores 0 points and Morningstar Mike clean sweeps the round. It's the only way. And I'm pretty sure You'll Be Dead, he can just circulate laps, pit in pretty much every lap, but get the points in. We still have a 50, 60 point odd lead. So still got a hefty margin, even with a below par result from his standards. So we'll see what sort of strategy he goes with tonight. But yeah, like I said, being pretty much sealed and done, he's also got nothing to lose as well. So everything will be thrown at it tonight. There'll be no conserving whatsoever. And then we got the battle between Morningstar Mike, Sparky God, Exo. And I think Nachos is realistically in contention for second. I think he's about 60 odd points down or something. Maybe, I'm not quite sure at this stage. But he's there or thereabouts. Now we can see the race line starting to distinguish itself now, so there's a little bit of dry patches on the race line. Yeah, it's only light rain conditions by the looks of it, so we're not going to get too much water on the track, but it seems to build up fairly quick at Le Mans, so we'll wait and see how the water copes. Nacho's deep on the brake heading into the second chicane. Barely got it turned into the apex. Sacrifices exit speed on the chicane exit. So he's lost a lot of time there, but wet conditions favour those sort of mistakes. It doesn't really matter sometimes because if you have a shit entry and a good exit, it basically evens itself out. So we'll wait and see what his lap time is. If he gets in between a 2:23 and a 2:26, that is a competitive time, and he's went way too deep on the brakes. He's lost the rear and basically come to a full stop, but he's still going. He's in the wall.
Crashed.
I'm not sure who's next in line. It is Sparky God. He's got Nachos right in front of him, and because there's not much time in this qualifying session, Nachos is gonna have to drive the average car just to get a lap in. So he's got nothing to lose now.
At the moment, he'll have at least 15% damage in the front.
Yeah, because these GT3 cars, they're quite strong in the front. Don't want to hit that water patch there when your tyres are depleting, because that will send you into the wall. You don't have enough tread.
And because it's wet, you don't want to hit the like where the curbs are, because those will be slippery.
Yeah, nor the white lines, but down the straight you can't really avoid it. So the drivers are going to have to
make
cooperate.
sure you control your accelerator.
Yeah, that's exactly the thing. But if a lot of them are using traction control, that should be alright. But it's all about coming out of corner exits and stuff is where they got to give it a bit of a leniency on their accelerator input, because they can still spin out with traction control, especially in wet conditions.
Because at the moment, the track is actually 8 degrees Celsius.
So reasonably cold. And that spring weather there, is that track temp or?
Yeah, that's the track temp.
So that's why they wouldn't be warming their tyres up.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no heat in the track whatsoever. So it's definitely going to be a difficult race tonight, especially with the wet conditions start. But they'll have warmed up tyres for the start of the race. It's about how they can keep their tyre temps up throughout the race. That's going to be the question. How can they keep them up to optimum temp? I don't think they're going to be able to.
In wet conditions, I don't think they'll be able to keep them up to the right temperature. So you'll probably start to notice a lot of lockups, even with ABS, because the wet will be slippery.
You'll hear the ABS kick in these conditions. So that's, well, basically when the ABS kicks in, you've locked up, but because of the system, it's helped you out. So we got Morningstar Mike on pole with a 4:26.4. He's replicated his practice lap. Sparky Gold with a 4:27.7. That's 1.2 seconds off the pace, but he's out for another lap. He's one of the lucky ones. You'll be dead. This will be his last lap, championship leader. And this will be Exo's last lap as well. As for Nachos, I think he's done and dusted as well. So P5 for him. So we know who will be P5. But as for Exo, you'll be dead. And Sparky God, they're all out on track to improve on their times. So we'll wait and see how the grid shakes up. Exo been a bit lenient through the sector. But I did see him exceed track limits there in the practice session. So it's taking him a bit easy. But he goes P3 with a 4:28.7. Sparky God's in the pit, so the only one capable of knocking Morningstar Mike off pole is the championship leader, You'll Be Dead. So we'll see if he can challenge for pole position here. He's been the standout driver all series, so he's definitely got the pace to do it. As long as he doesn't exceed track limits here, it should be a decent lap time. A lap. I'm not sure what happened there. So he'll be P4. Nachos is still out on track, but he's doing some weird stuff. His car's ghosted out, but that's qualifying done and dusted. So Morningstar Mike pole position, Sparky God P2, Exo P3, You'll Be Dead P4, and Nachos P5. If you got anyone that is interested in joining league races, just tell them to contact me on PSN. It's my YouTube channel name. It's exactly the same. Just tell them to PM me. We'll get it sorted. Because we want to start getting our grid sizes to 16 every week and maybe have some feeder series as well. So we'll see if we can build a community here. Obviously, at this stage, we're collaborating with communities and we're live streaming their series. So we're going to be something beyond what a lot of racing broadcasters do. Obviously, a lot of people know Actual Vision is basically its own community, but I want this community to be a huge community full of different communities, if you know what I mean. So it gives everyone the opportunity to get involved in this stuff rather than, setting one community. So making it very broad in that sense. I don't think Exo can do another lap, so I'm not sure when they're going to stop this qualifying session, but it seems You'll Be Dead. Nah, he's on a cooldown lap as well. Seems by the positioning of the car, that's the AI taking control.
Yeah, it looks like Nacho is just doing burnouts.
Yeah, so Nachos has got traction control on, you can hear it. But I'm not entirely sure whether he has ABS. But if you went authentic assist settings, you would have both of them enabled. I know when I race, I have my settings set to authentic. So there we go, Morningstar Mike, pole position. Really needs a huge start to this round. Sparky God in second, Exo in third, You'll Be Dead in fourth, didn't record a lap time. And Nachos in fifth. So we'll go continue, and Scruffy will have to retire.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Now we've got something wrong here because there's a car glitching out. So pole position goes to Morningstar Mike. And then close behind is Sparky God. And Exorcist. And we got the championship leader, You'll Be Dead. No one has anything to gain or to lose tonight, so they'll all be playing for the win here. And then we got Nachos, who's probably favoured by starting sixth because he's got the inside line. So if you're in the race, Scraffy, you would have started fifth, but you're on the outside, so...
Not a good position to be in if I was to race.
No.
Especially in the wet. Coming up into that... it's a reasonably fast, curve. You do need to control the accelerator around that curve, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you have traction or not. You got to be cautious of how you apply that accelerator in these conditions. Because they don't have stability control, which would be a mitigation to...
With this track, you wouldn't want to have a rolling start in the first place, but when it's raining, you don't really want to, because by the time you get to the end, you're not going to have any temperature in the tyres at all.
Yeah, so, but basically they should have their tyres warmed up.
Yeah, they're all, high temps.
So they'll still have wheel spin off the start because it's wet, but they've got the optimal tyre temp, so it should help them out get off the line. But heading into turn one in the first sector, they're going to have to try generate the tyre temp continuously. So here we go. We're about to go green. And we're green. Morningstar Mike got bogged down. Sparky God with a blitzing start. He's just jumped Morningstar Mike off the line. You'll be dead.
He might get overtaken by another person as well. No.
Nacho completes the field, so Exo has got past You'll Be Dead, and he's got the inside line at the first chicane. So You'll Be Dead holding station there. We go on board Exo's chase view. There's a lot of water build up behind these cars.
And their temps are slowly going down right now.
Yep,
Morningstar Mike's is going down.
And now Exo will get a bit of damage from knocking those guys there. And You'll Be Dead up the inside of Exo.
And You'll Be... what's the person's name? Sparky God. Sparky. Yeah, he's his tyres are really low in temp now.
So
no heat in them at all.
Even though they're racing, they're all going to be suffering the same thing. And Exo and Nachos taking each other out down the straight. And Exo's lost his rear wing. Nacho's got a bit unstable. We got Exo driving with no rear wing, so even with limited aero to start with, this isn't going to help Exo out at all. So we are down to 3 drivers that are fighting for the race win in the first 2 minutes. I'm starting to get a cold, so just excuse me if I cough out again. A sore throat.
We're lucky the front runners bypassed all that carnage back there.
Nah, the front runners were in front of it, so they're quite lucky. Morningstar Mike, he got bogged off the start, and he's had a little moment.
Morningstar Mike right there.
He's lost the rear. He's spinning the car around, and this is what we're going to see throughout the whole race. So, even though Exo and Nachos...
Yeah, everybody's tyres are dark blue, meaning there's no heat in them at all.
So, as for Morningstar Mike, he probably heated up the rear tyres a bit there, which will help him out.
Morningstar Mike's tyres are still not heated up due to that manoeuvre he did.
So, they're struggling for tyre temp here.
And the track's temperature is 10 degrees Celsius on track.
So very cold. So he'll be dead 2 seconds from the race lead. Sparky God has quite good pace. We've seen it last week. So if he can keep this gap, he'll be in for a decent result tonight. Even though he can't win the championship, he can win the race. Everyone can still win the race. In the longer of the race meetings, I think it's 90 points if you come first, and pole position, which went in Morningstar Mike, is 6 points. Second is 4 points, and third is 2 points. You'll be dead going wide, so suffering from a lot of understeer in these wet conditions. So basically, we're going for 4.5 minutes per lap. So basically, we're going to have like 9, 10, maybe 11 laps. Not sure what's going on here. Maybe they're trying to form up on the safety car or something, because they'll be on comms communicating this stuff. I think that's what's going on. Exo's struggling without a rear wing.
Yeah, I've been monitoring Exo and he's been all over the place on the
That
grass.
would be depleted aero. So he's going to have to pit in for a new rear wing, so not good for him. So they must still be racing, because unless you'll be dead and Sparky God are just warming up for the rest to catch up, because there was an incident. It's not like PC sim racing where you can call safety cars in. It's quite a pity, really. Like, every sim racing game should have a safety car option, so there's probably a downside to this sim, but that's because I'm comparing it to PC sims. Even though Project Cars 2 is on PC, I have got it on PS4. I haven't played it on PC. So they are forming up. I'm not sure how long. So this is a safety car period. They've pulled it.
So this will help the Nacho and Exorcist in this case.
It will.
I don't think Nacho got too much damage based on that crash, but yeah, he still needs to go in because it's going to be a long race.
But hear me out here. If Nachos and Exo are going in for tyres as well, they're going to be up the temp, and the guys that are running slow at the front of the pack here, Sparky God, you'll be dead Morningstar Mike.
But the only problem is
they're going to have no tyre temp.
Their temps won't last. That the temps go down by that curb, the first like corner.
But if they can weave every part of the track, they should be able to keep the tyre temps up.
And it looks like Exorcist is out first.
So he's got
a new aero wing.
Rear wing, yep.
Yep.
So did any of them go on for tyres?
I think did I see yeah, I think Nachos went in for tyres.
So,
Exorcist has not, because his temps are low.
So tell me what Nacho's tyre temps are when he comes out. Are they green?
They're still green at the moment, but they're going down fast.
So he's going to have to weave. He's going to have to be aggressive.
They're down. They're officially down.
They are?
Yeah, they went down in a huge, like, motion.
Yeah. So the conditions not helping out the drivers. We've got a bit of weaving from Sparky God, but even then, once the tyres are depleted to the bare minimum.
Is there a mandatory pit stop in this?
No,
and it looks like Nacho has just spun out.
No, there is no mandatory pit stop, but
okay.
If the conditions are to go green long enough, you'll see drivers go in the pits for slicks maybe. But then if one doesn't pit in, they may have a big enough gap to go out and win the race.
But do they need to get fuel in to make it to the end?
No, these cars last similar to GTs, so...
Okay. because I think Nacho and Exorcist, I don't know if they started off with more in their tank, or they got more into their tank.
The limit, the fuel tank limit in GT3s, I'm pretty sure it's 100 litres. Now they're going green.
Because Nacho has 116 litres.
So Nacho's is in the slipstream of Exorcist here.
We hope they don't get into another accident together. And
Nacho's lost the rear at the chicane.
He's lost it, but managed to keep his car on the track.
So I'm on board with Exo now, and there's a lot of water build up behind the cars, so visibility is a minimum here. I can't see who's ahead, but based on the leaderboard, as you see in front of you, you've got Morningstar Mike in P3. You'll be dead P2, and Sparky God in P1.
And it looks like the rain has stopped. It's changed over to heavy clouds.
Exorcist almost had to navigate the escape road there, and it would have been the better option because he spun out, and that invites Nachos up in the P4.
We may see it is still raining in some parts of the track, but I think it may stop soon.
Yeah, you can see the light changing as well. I think the cloud cover is starting to transition to heavy cloud.
And you can start seeing some sunlight coming through the clouds as well. Like there's some sunlight coming through, so...
Sparky Gods went out a bit wide. I reckon he'll get a slowdown penalty for that. But in wet conditions, so yeah, he does because he slowed down. And that's invited You'll Be Dead up in the P1.
And it's also invited Morningstar Mike to gain some ground on him as well.
He might be able to make a move in the 90-degree corners, but it'll be very gutsy to do so. So Sparky God just letting go there. Morningstar Mike on the grass.
He just got it.
He's lucky to escape there. He's going to have to slow down quite heavily. A lot of understeer. He almost lost the rear. A lot of off-camber turning here. You can hear him use that engine to its advantage in terms of in the braking zones. You could be a bit more aggressive on the engine braking in wet conditions as well, because a lot cooler conditions mean that the air that goes into your radiator
have gone up by 2 degrees since the last time.
Nice.
Now it's 12 degrees Celsius, so it's gradually heating up. I don't think it's going to heat up much.
That will be at the hottest point of the track, so the track can still vary on track temp, but the hottest point is 12 degrees. Got to keep in mind that track evolution comes into play in this sim as well, so it doesn't matter where you are on the track, it's different track temp. Like the hottest part of the track, as you mentioned, is 12 degrees. Morningstar Mike really attacking the last sector here. He's taking a lot more curb, and I think he's going to get a slowdown for that. He might get a penalty there because he had four tyres over the curb.
Looks like Nacho is going into the pits by the looks of things.
So Nacho may have sustained a bit of damage on that lap.
Unless he's thinking it's okay to go into slicks, but it's still pretty wet on track.
If you go on slicks, you'll be in the wall. Way too early. Real race car drivers wouldn't do it either.
Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's changed. Has he changed tyres? He's put another set of wets on.
So he's trying to keep the tyre temps up, but it basically depletes as soon as he gets out of the pit. So I'm not sure. He may have pitted in for some damage there. I'm getting a bit of lag.
Did he put a new set on? Because it's... I don't know if he's put a set on because it was instantly like the pure black. So he may have just went into some damage.
Yeah, that's my suspicion. So he's basically discounted unless someone else pits in. And Morningstar Mike had the shortcut the chicane. Might be a bit lenient in these conditions. He's trying to break the slipstream here.
But I don't think he's going to quite get to like break the slipstream. It looks like Sparky God is actually catching up to him.
So we've still got 30 minutes of racing. It's not going to be wet the whole time. Very deep under brakes. He gets on the apex perfectly. That was a perfect line from Sparky God there. He's gained a lot of time on Morningstar Mike, and he will be dead just in that chicane. So he's got pace in this Honda. Just keep in mind, I call the Acuras Honda because they are. So keep reminding everyone, every stream on Wednesday night, because they are Hondas. Sparky God taking a wide approach, trying to generate as much traction on exit, but it didn't work out for him. So Morningstar Mike surpassed his exit speed. And he'll be dead. Got a bit of a buffer as well. 2.6 seconds from the lead in Morningstar Mike. Sparky God 3.2 seconds from the lead. And we've got EXO 12 seconds down, and Nachos a minute drift. So top three not separated by much. Morningstar Mike is in the wall. He's in the wall pretty heavy there. EXO might overtake him. I think he hit the puddle and that sent him into the wall.
Yeah, he's going to have to go onto the pits.
So as for EXO, he's going to have to negotiate getting around Morningstar Mike here. Morningstar.
It may be easy because Morningstar Mike just took a wide approach to out of that corner.
So I reckon Morningstar Mike has hit the puddle on the inside curve.
And you can tell he's trying to control his steering a lot because it's gone from left to right, left to right.
So the steering arm is damaged on Morningstar Mike's car.
And he's in the grass.
So Morningstar Mike really struggling. He sent it into the wall. His day looks to be pretty much done. But as for Sparky God, you'll be dead.
It's overcast now, so we may be seeing the water clear up a bit more.
Not with no sun.
Not with overcast?
Out, but there will be a distinguished racing line. Push the water to the sides of the track, but there will still be a lot of water on the track. So there'll be a one-line groove in a couple laps' time. And if you're going to overtake, you're going to have to go on the wet stuff. So that means if you go very deep on the brakes in the wet stuff, you're going to be locking up if you don't have ABS on. Sparky God really struggling with the grip of the car. He's got a lot of understeer. Almost went into the grass there. He's avoiding the puddle on the inside. There's no puddle on the right-hander there. There should be up here. There's a little bit of water build up, but not too much. There's a lot of puddles down the straight here. Cars will be very unstable.
Now, will Morningstar Mike get out just in time to get in front of Nacho?
I reckon Nacho.
Oh, I reckon he's got it. He's definitely got it. But Nacho's going to be on his tail.
Nacho's is going to have the top end speed. We've got to keep that in mind as well. I'm keeping an eye on Sparky God. 4 seconds adrift. So I'm going to
Morningstar Mike has came out.
So he came out just in front of Nacho, so that's for Morningstar Mike. Did he go in for tyres as well?
No, actually, yes he did.
So if he can keep the tyre temps up, he might be able to gain some ground on the leaders. So he's hoping that the water build-up stays on the track throughout the race because he won't have to pit in. Because if he can keep those tyre temps up throughout this stint, then he's going to gain a lot of time on the leaders because they've got no tyre temp whatsoever.
And at this point, I think their tyres will be, their wear on their tyres will be down as well. So that can make a huge impact in these conditions.
So there's a lot at stake now. Do You'll Be Dead, Sparky God and Exo choose to pit in, or do they choose to stay out? What do you think, Scrappy?
What drivers?
The top
and it
three.
looks like Nacho has just lost control out of the chicane. So the two runners, the top two,
Top three.
top three.
I know Exo's pitted in, but do you reckon he'll pit in again?
I actually don't know what Exo would do, but I don't think Exo went in for tyres. He only went in for damage-related stuff. So if Exo wants to get his tyre wear back up to fresh tyres, it'll probably be a smart idea. Because in these conditions, even though it's wet, tyre durability does come down as a factor to if you're going to win or not.
Absolutely, and with accelerated tyre wear, wet tyres, they don't last long at all. So if he can stay out long enough on the wets, he could pit in for slicks if he's lucky enough to get a through the track. But that means he's got to follow that line all the way around. He'll be recording a lot faster lap times in comparison to your counterparts on the field, but if you choose to overtake someone, you're going to be in the wet stuff, and that doesn't favour the slicks. So they're going to come at a compromise now, because the rain has stopped, and a line will form. They're starting to have a line forming at certain corners around the track, so
There's certain spots that the water stops coming out from their cars, which I can you can kind of see the reflection on the road itself where there's water and all that.
I'm going to go get a quick drink and just keep an eye on the timings and stuff, and commentate what you think is important information as you go along.
And it looks like You'll Be Dead has just spun out at the exit of the chicane. I can't exactly see the map of the track, so I don't exactly know which chicane it was at by me looking at the surroundings. But he did recover it, but he lost around about 10 seconds of his lead. While you were gone, You'll Be Dead just spun out at one of the chicanes and lost around about 10 seconds with his lead. He just recovered it just in time. Looks like You'll Be Dead got bogged down coming out of that corner that he just came out of then.
Maybe he's trying to generate too much traction and it's bogged him down. That's all I can put it down to. Unless, the other thing is losing the rear.
So, will 45 litres of fuel be enough for You'll Be Dead to get to the end of this race?
Yeah, it will.
It will? Okay.
I think the fuel depletion will be about 1.5 to 2 litres per minute, so we'll get home easy. He's done his numbers, obviously.
Because
so.
Sparky God has 69 litres of fuel currently in his tank.
Variation, some go on the safe bet, and obviously You'll Be Dead. I think he's going to run out of fuel to the line, basically. Maybe a few litres to
Having
spare
more
if he's
fuel
lucky.
in the tank of the car could actually benefit and give you more grip to the track, but it can also harm you with keeping you to go forward due to the weight in your car.
If you have more fuel, your car feels a lot more planted. But then, yeah, in the braking zones, you're extended because of that. A lot more
because
weight
of the mass of your car.
equals a lot more force in the opposite direction to get the car stopped. So, a lot more braking. So that means extended braking zones. So, if we're going to compare fuel loads, You'll Be Dead has a slight shorter braking zone than everyone else. He's obviously always had
And
that
if you look
advantage.
at Nacho, he's got 100 litres in his tank, but then you have to take into consideration he is 1 minute and 29 seconds behind the leader. I don't know that wouldn't take too much out of his tank, but it looks like he has a fair bit of fuel in his tank, so he's got a lot of mass in his car. And he'll be struggling to brake at the braking zones.
So if you've only started to tune in, the talk is for the Wednesday night series, GT5s. So it's going to be a very close series as far as I'm concerned. And Sparky God goes into the puddle and rotates the car right around. You can hear the traction control try to kick in there as the tyres squeal.
And his car just ghosted them. And he's back off.
So You'll Be Dead is favoured by that because it extends his gap well beyond 15 seconds.
That means You'll Be Dead has gained more than his 10 seconds that he lost when he spun out at the chicane. So You'll Be Dead just gained around about 14 seconds.
So there's going to be everything.
It looks like Sparky is getting his gaining time though on You'll Be Dead.
He gained 5 seconds last lap from my numbers here, but he's lost a lot of time just for that little mistake. He's warming up his tyres down the straight as well because everyone's suffering for tyre temp here.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have any warmed up tyres throughout the rest of this race at all. Because the temps on the track aren't even high still. It's only 13 degrees Celsius, and like you said before, that's the highest point on the hottest point on the track.
And the water doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon, even though the rain has stopped. There's a lot of puddle build-ups still on the
You
track.
would think while the cars go past, it would push it is pushing it further out towards the grass, but it's only leaving a certain gap. But not all races in this in this race have the same racing line that they take. Some take different lines.
Yeah, and that's why it hasn't distinguished itself yet, because everyone's taking different lines. So if people want to have more grip, they'll probably go that option, go the traditional race line. But in wet conditions, your favourite race line will be going wide.
But then you have to understand that there may be some people in this race that are actually good in the wet, and they don't want anybody else getting the advantage of using any dry spots on the track. So it could be a strategic play from some of the racers as well.
As for Sparky God, even with that little mistake, he's still very good in wet. So if he could try have a unique race line, yeah, like you said, try to minimise that dry spot, then he could play himself back into contention for the race win. But then You'll Be Dead's almost on par with Sparky God in terms of his pace in the wet, so it might almost be equalled out. So they're going to have to play the cards here and see what they're going to have to do, because they're starting to run out of minutes to do so. And at this stage, Sparky God's going to have to gain more than 1 second per minute. And that is quite a difficult task to do.
And at the moment, by the looks of things, the time has just gone back and forward, like up and down all the time. So
You'll Be Dead with a 4:15 last lap, so he's flying. Sparky God will be on about a 4:30 due to that spin. So the track is starting to clear up, as evidence from You'll Be Dead's time, the championship leader.
And you can easily see it because the cars aren't picking up as much water off of the track.
So unfortunately,
there's certain spots, like I'm spectating You'll Be Dead at the moment. There's only certain spots that are picking up a lot of water.
Yeah, so that water build-up's dimmed down, but down the straights, it's still evident that it's there.
You'll notice it more down the straights, because it's a straight that there's like a little slope, and it's like in a dip. So the water will probably stay there for a long time, unless cars are taking the same racing line.
Fortunate for the spectators, there's no battle packs going on, but this is wet weather racing, so
anything can happen with wet weather racing.
It's very unpredictable. And if you can drive and survive to the end, doesn't matter where you come with wet weather, you know, that distinguishes yourself beyond a lot of sim racers out there that don't like racing in the wet. So
no, I reckon there'll be around about 4 more laps of this. I reckon. I think we'll get 4 more laps in.
3 or 4 at this stage, but yeah, probably more towards 4, because You'll Be Dead's pretty much in sector 3 right now, almost down the end of the back straight.
And the track temperature has like the hottest point on track has reached 14 degrees Celsius, but yet the tyres aren't heating up on any of the cars.
Nah, because the track's only went up by 4 degrees, so
yeah, it's not.
The tyres will go.
You won't be seeing the temps of the tyres heat up at any point in this race at all.
It's been quite a struggle to manage the tyres, but.
And when I went out and did a lap on practice, I knew it was going to be hard for the drivers, because I experienced what they were going to be experiencing at the start of this race, but they've had to experience it for 45 minutes straight.
So you credit them all keeping the car straight on the track, because you didn't last 1 lap. It was quite funny. You were on board all the time.
I did another lap and I completed a full lap. So, and within that lap, you basically, because I'm on controller, any movement on the joystick will harm the movement of the car. So, basically, with a controller, even with a steering wheel, one wrong move in the wet, you're gonna spin.
Yeah, it's about how smooth you can be in the wet weather. There's a question I've got to ask you. Did Porsche basically sack you? You're driving an Audi R8. Now Porsche still letting you drive their cars, or
I'm still driving their cars.
but you didn't drive a Porsche in your practice lap? So I'm a bit curious. What's
Oh, I just chose a random car coming in. I just joined it. Wasn't even intending to do a practice lap and seeing how it was going.
so Porsche's gonna be even more angry with you for driving a different badge, a different manufacturer, and one of their competitors that are also manufactured in Germany and Audi. They're a part of the big four German car manufacturers. They wouldn't be too happy with that.
The track temps have reached 17 degrees Celsius, so and it looks like their tyres are starting to warm up.
Yeah, the track is starting to clear up quite heavily now because
only
there's
You'll
not
Be
much
Dead's
cloud cover.
temps are going up. Only You'll Be Dead's are going up. He's in the dry spot. They may cool down now because he's reached a point where there's a bit of water on the track.
Yeah.
They're slowing. They're going down again. So it's only a certain spot on track that they're going up.
As for everyone out on track, it's not worth going in the pits with slicks because there's still
It's
water.
too risky. You're gonna spin.
You can still cool down your tyres with water build up. And down the straights is a perfect opportunity to cool the tyres down as well because they're very long.
And it is one of the straights that has the spot where there's no water on track.
I don't know what you're on about. There's a few puddles on the straight that You'll Be Dead's going around.
Yeah, that one, he's gone down now. That one does. But the previous straight that he was on, before that, there was, his temps were going up in his tyres.
I'm going to go on board with Nacho, see how he's tracking.
He's had a bit of a rough race, in my opinion.
Bit of a rough series, so hopefully
the crash at the start really screwed him over.
Hopefully the GT5s really suits his driving style, and hopefully he can be contending for race wins because this series I think has been more of a learning thing for him. He's had pace, but he hasn't been consistent with that pace. So when he can gain that consistency, he'll be a force to be reckoned with. As well as Exo, he's got the pace as well, but he needs it consistent. Morningstar Mike is no unusual face to be challenging for championships either. He's always there or thereabouts. He's a very competitive driver in whatever field he's in, so we can basically confirm him as a contender in whatever series.
I don't think I've seen Morningstar Mike out of the top four in any sort of race, or championship that I've been in.
He's been unlucky in a few championships. The Clio series, he was in contention heading into the last round, but he fell short by, I think, 18 odd points or something. But that was against a quality opposition driver in Pointy, who's made the transition to iRacing, racing on there now. So he's been contending with quite some quality drivers. You'll Be Dead, another one as well. Sparky God starting to show a lot of speed. So hopefully next series he's up there as well. And hopefully we get a few other drivers on the grid. We're trying to...
It looks like on the hit straight, the temps are pretty high on track. There's no water on track at all.
I'm on board with Morningstar Mike, and it is fair to say he struggled this race, but he still sees himself on the podium, so even though the championship was pretty much done and dusted, a podium finish to end the championship was a reasonable result. And for Sparky God, he had an incident last week with Exo, but he's kept it very clean this week. And he's up in P2, 26 seconds adrift from You'll Be Dead. And I'd assume with the GT3 series as well, they'll be shorter tracks and more than likely a lot of sprint races. So that's going to invite a lot of close racing. I'm sure there's bound to be an enduro as well.
If I was Sparky God here, I would be trying to warm up my tyres as much as possible, because that's the spot where he's out of it now. He's just got onto the straight, which has a lot of water on it.
So basically, Morningstar Mike had the shortcut, the chicane in the last corner. So he'll be penalised for that. All four wheels are over the curb. So we'll wait and see what sort of penalty that accumulates. He's got a red indication next to his name. I'm pretty sure it's for a slowdown penalty. I'm on board with Sparky God now, who's quite further up down the track than Morningstar Mike. Sparky God scraping the wall down the back straight. It's a bit unusual. The track looks to be green right now. You could go on slicks, but there's 5 minutes left. That's basically 2 laps.
Really, you're not going to get any benefit with going in.
You get faster slap, but that'll be about it.
With all the gaps the gap that there is with first and all the others, nobody's going to gain an advantage. If You'll Be Dead goes in, I would believe he will lose his first position.
Yeah, because the pit transit's quite long as well, so because it's a track built for endurances that holds up to about 60 odd cars, it's quite a long pit transit, so it's not worth going in with 5 minutes to go. Sparky God's struggling later on in the race. I'm pretty sure his tyres, it's safe to say they're pretty much dead. But they'll be the same as You'll Be Dead's. So we can see the different spots on the track. There's still a lot of build-up of water on certain parts, but then there's clean track on another sector. It's quite unreal. So Le Mans, it's very unpredictable. And we've got to keep in mind, in real life, it could be raining on one side of the track and not on the other, so it's quite unfortunate we don't really have that sort of realism on sim racing. I don't think they've perfected that system. If they could, that would add a whole lot more to the complexity of what the drivers have to go through. So for any sim racing creators and producers out there, try to add in a weather system that, you know, at one spot of the track it rains and one spot it doesn't, especially on the
which
longer
in my
tracks.
opinion it is possible to do it, but it would take a lot to perfect it to make sure everything's consistent across the whole track.
I'm sure a sim with that realism and that sort of physics, people would buy stuff like that. So just a bit of a pointer, because that's sort of what I look out for. That's sort of a negative side in pretty much every sim game these days.
Which I believe most sim racing developers are more focused on the physics of the car than weather physics.
That's fair enough, because
the car is the main part of the game.
Yeah, the car and the track. iRacing, I don't think's added the rain component yet. They've taken years and they're only just adding it this year. It came out in 2008 and it still hasn't come out. It's been what, 12 years without rain in iRacing, so they're still trying to perfect that sort of stuff, and I think they'll be the first ones to add in a system like that.
With rain is pretty... It depends how they implement it to the game. It can be like intensive on the computer, or whatever you're using, everything's a computer basically. So that's why they probably have been taking their time.
Just trying to give hints to Codemasters and slightly managed studios, because they're producing project cards free right now, and hopefully they add in this sort of stuff. Safety car as well.
Yeah, a full safety car, not just a virtual thing that pops up.
So Formula 1 Codemasters have perfected it. Considering that deal with Codemasters and Slightly Mad Studio took place, I think they'll be capable to add a safety car feature in the next project car. So hopefully that comes to us. And not to mention, the Holden V8 Supercar might be in the mix as well, because Codemasters has a right to that. Hopefully they bring it in, because adds a lot more diversity to the Supercar series, on project cars that is. Because otherwise, if you're searching for a competitive V8 Supercar series, you're going to have to search the world of PC sim racing. There's a lot of mods out there that...
That's the benefit of doing sim racing on PC, or any sort of game on PC has mod support. So it's a pretty good idea to go to PC, but then there's people who can't afford it, so they get it on like console. So game developers really need to take that into consideration. There was one game in particular that did put mod support on console. It's not a simulator, but which was Fallout 4. So any game can do it. They just need to sort it out with the, like Sony, which is the owners of PlayStation Network.
You'll be dead's lost it.
Microsoft.
Even though he's got a 41-second lead, he's lost the rear. He's about less than a kilometre away from the finish line. Huh?
He could lose a lot of time, and he's only got 9 litres of fuel in his tank.
So he did run it as low
now
as
eight litres. So he's got enough fuel to get across the line.
He'll have enough to do a burnout, because he'll be the championship winner after this. Even if there's another round.
And they're just lucky because the rain started coming back just before the race finished.
So You'll Be Dead, as far as I know, he wins the championship. Now we'll wait and see if he does a burnout. I'm sure he is. Now he's sizing it up. He's going to have to do it on the sand, because he would have traction control enabled. So it's been an awesome championship for You'll Be Dead. Really consistent. Sparky God in P2 at this stage. Morningstar Mike in P3. Exo in P4. Nachos in P5. I'm gonna get off for a couple seconds. I'm gonna load the TV show up on the TV. And I'll be right back to conclude. Scrappy will be here. You'll Be Dead's doing a burnout right now. Sparky God's doing the same.
Yeah.
basically the conclusion of this race. You've got Morningstar Mike doing a burnout in the background. There's Exo on the picture as well. But all glory goes to You'll Be Dead. He wins the race and the series. Morningstar Mike, he deserves to have that moment as well. He came second in the championship. Came third in the race tonight. But keep in mind, Scruffy retired, but he was in the commentary box with me. So You'll Be Dead. Congratulations. Race win. And as far as I know, the championship win as well. Sparky God in second. Morningstar Mike in third. Exorcist in fourth. And Nachos in fifth. So that does it for the GT3 Thunder Series. I'm getting them mixed up with the GTE Sunday Series. But completely different things. So that will conclude tonight's stream. And as far as I know, the next series is the GT5s. And we'll be able to confirm the calendar as well, so I'll make a separate video for that, and I'll get back to everyone else when I come up with the next series details. So I've been Metamonin, and I'll see you this coming Sunday night for the GT Sunday Series, and that will be at Red Bull Ring GP, so hope to see you then. But for now, goodbye.